This is Proficiency in Sentence Writing Complex Sentence Lesson 2. On this sheet, you're going to be doing a bit of writing. It's not going to be just labeling, but you will do labeling. All right, so on Lesson 2, different than on Lesson 1, you're not just labeling and underlining. So here, if I zoom in on this sheet, up in the instructions it says you need to mark an S and a V over top of your added clause. If you remember from the last sheet, you've got dependent clauses, you've got independent clauses. Over to the left of the number, there's going to be the formula, the formula that they want you to follow in the thing that you add. So in this one, it begins with the dependent clause, and their contribution ends at the word over. So you've got to add a comma, because if you have a flipped sentence that begins with ultimately junk, if it begins with core junk, then you've got to put a comma eventually. So there's the comma, and then they've added an independent clause. With the independent clause, with the added thing, you need to label the subject and the verb of it, the complete verb of it. So if we go down to the one I made, we can go to the beach, and then they want me to add a dependent clause that begins with the word after. So we can go to the beach after we pack our bags. I will put, I'm not going to put anything over after, because it's called a subordinating conjunction, but that's the word that allows me to have this junk. So it allows me to have the dependent clause. It's the starter for the dependent clause. So we, and then pack. A very simple verb I chose. I didn't say after we are done packing our bags. I try to make it easier on myself. All right, now down to number 2. If you get good grades, now since this is D, comma I need to have that comma first. If you get good grades, comma, you will. Now I've started into a complex, multi-word verb here, so this is a little more tricky. But anyway, if you get good grades, you will make your parents proud. Okay. So here's my added clause. This is the independent clause. This is the core sentence I've added here. So now you need to label, and you and will make is the verb. So you're going to do that all the way down. Make sure you pay attention to the word they want you to start the dependent clause with. Make sure you're labeling the complete verb. Watch out for adverbs.